Hello, and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays, podcast by friends for friends. I'm here with Margo
Hi.
and Ryan,
Hi,
and I'm Adam. How are you guys doing?
doing good.
Pretty good. We're doing
This is
a
an
daytime
early recording this
Yeah.
time. Been a while since we've done one in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
I just
can't even
looked at the
remember when
clock
we
and
did
it's like
one.
11:30.
Yeah.
But yeah, so early. I do remember. I think we've only done it once, but one time we did record like 9 a.m. kind of thing, and it was like maybe not a constant thing we should do.
I don't know. I was thinking like, are energy levels different if we record later versus
Yeah.
earlier? I feel like I'm more energized right now.
Well, you're like a day person. You're like a
Yes.
morning guy.
Although I really didn't wake up that early. Like an hour and a half ago I woke up, so
Okay.
not
Fair
that
enough.
long.
Yeah. Ryan, what do you consider yourself? Like,
Probably a night owl.
same, yeah. I didn't want to speak for you, but I was gonna say, like, I think Ryan and I are night owls.
I always stay up quite late and always have the
Same.
worst time getting up.
Absolutely same. But yeah, I think this is, middle of the day, awake enough. Yeah. So you guys, you finished your classes.
Yeah.
Graduation's
And as the time this
happening.
episode comes out, we'll have graduated.
The
that's true.
walked. They're wearing the robes.
We'll
It's
have
all
our
fancy.
degrees, but not really
Yeah.
because they get sent in the mail later, which is so silly.
Yeah, why can't you just
Wait.
hand me my degree?
Yeah, that's so like.
I guess theoretically I could have failed all of my last semester classes.
Yeah.
That's true. In high school, they handed us like the case for our degree.
Yeah.
But you had to like be respectful and not like mess around at graduation in order to actually get your degree. And then like after graduation, if you've done your part, you can like go to a different room and like get the degree to put in the folder.
Mhm.
It was weird.
Strange. Yeah, I
yeah.
think they just handed us our degree.
We had problems with
Yeah.
misbehaving.
Clearly.
You guys both graduated over COVID. Did you guys get like the little diploma book?
Yeah.
Or did you guys
Yeah.
Yes,
get the
it was
diploma?
sent
It was just
along
mailed.
with the with the degree.
Yeah. And I have it. Our degrees are like normal sized papers, like 8.5 by 11 kind of thing. Which I resent a little because I have friends who went to other schools and they got the big ones that you frame. And so ours is just like in a little folder guy. And I think it looks
resent
nice, but
our degrees because they don't look like they don't look real. I
No,
guess. It
they
looks
look
like something
fake.
I printed off online.
Yeah,
It just
absolutely.
was like, you graduated. Here's your name. It doesn't even say like what major I was.
Nothing.
It doesn't have
It's
any like
just
academic achievement on there.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Extremely boilerplate.
They
I
send
think-
like the credits and stuff to like
Yeah.
prove all of it. And so I have that like in the folder tucked behind the like hand drawing of our school
I did
so that I can prove it.
I think the reason it is that way is so that way they can like reprint it if you need it reprinted. And also I think you might be able to reprint it at a bigger scale, but
yeah, I think you can.
No one told me that.
I feel like the bookstore
Guys,
sent
I'm
us
gonna
like
get a
gazillion
wall one.
emails that
yeah.
I disregarded, which is happening again now.
Yeah.
Of like, here's all the graduation stuff you can buy.
I
don't
always
want
just
any of
ignore
it.
our bookstore ones because I feel like they're always like get an iPad or something. And it's like, well, I'm just gonna, delete these without reading them.
Yeah, that's what I see bookstore, I delete. Unless it says
Yeah.
your rental is due.
Right. Alrighty. So I have just 3 quick questions for you guys about your time to celebrate, and then we'll get into the meat of the episode. What were y'all's favorite and least favorite classes?
I can do my least favorite class easily, which
Okay.
was family law.
I figured.
I have ranted, I don't think on the podcast
No.
about what happened, but pretty much I got a grade I do not think I deserved. And it was never, ever given an explanation for why that happened, despite repeated emails, and they only like 2 days ago finally gave me a like, your grade's not changing. Stop asking. Email, which you know what I'm fine with, because at least they
At least they
acknowledged me.
responded,
It was like a
yeah.
month
Yeah.
and a half of just ignoring me. But beyond that debacle, the teacher was also not good at teaching, and
It's also just
I
like your
just
least
not a
favorite
subject I
law.
liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a difficult subject to teach because it's very much like, what can you argue? There's not a law here necessarily. It's just the best interests or equitable distribution of the property in divorce. You're like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But he still managed to be quite bad at it. And then was
Fair.
really rude about, not rude, but evasive about his grading procedures.
Mhm.
To the day, I still don't understand what happened because he refused to answer. And was explicitly against what he had told us in class, because later I found out that extra credit was calculated differently than how he told us, which was part of why I got a lower grade than I should have, because he told us it was strict point addition, and it says repeatedly that on the syllabus that's the case, and then I was told that's not what happened. So
Kinda
you'd
shady.
think I'd be able to change the grade based on that, but apparently not.
Fair enough. Oh man.
I think for me, I would go with like engineering classes as my real answer, but I feel like that doesn't make a good answer. So I'm gonna go with my favorite class was Intro to Theater. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We got to see shows. The only
Yeah.
problem was it was cut short by COVID.
Mm.
So we would have gotten to see more shows, but I enjoyed it. We got to see Waitress in person. It was a good time.
Very fair. Yeah.
But my least favorite was Women in Gender Studies. I came in that class with like such an open mind. I was like, wow, this is gonna be a great class. I'm gonna learn so much. And the teacher was just so awful. Like, she did not care. It was her last semester. She was going to another university. Just like didn't put the effort in. Like,
That's
always
so
just gave us busy
sad.
work and like
Ugh.
didn't care. Like, I
That breaks
remember,
my heart because
Yeah.
it's such a like good topic.
yeah, one week the assignment was we had to watch Paris is Burning for like in 2 days for the next class.
Mhm.
And then like the next, I was like, I watched it. It was a very good movie.
Yeah.
And then the next day in class, he's like, "Did you guys watch it?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." And we never discussed it. I was like, "What was the point? What was the point?
Oh no.
I would discuss this movie. It was very good.
Damn.
It was so insightful." Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. And then like we had to write a 15-page paper at the end, which I was
Mhm.
annoyed about because I was like, "This is a long paper for Mr. Electrical Engineer me." And then like at the end, everyone just got A's on it, which like, yeah, that's great. But also, I don't think she read any of them.
Right.
Right.
I was like, what was the point?
Fair. Ugh. Yeah. Do you have a favorite, Adam?
Maybe my trial advocacy class, because we actually were very practical. Like, we actually did a trial, and it was fun to do all the parts of a trial and actually do them. And then I don't know if my clinic counts, but I worked for the wrongful convictions clinic, and
Yeah.
although depressing, it's
Sure.
also very interesting.
Right.
So I really enjoyed that as well. I don't know if that counts as a class, because there was a class component, but it was more like an
Experiential
internship.
learning. Like
So, but I enjoyed it a lot.
All right, what's a class that you couldn't take but you really wish you could have?
Okay, multiple international law classes.
Okay.
International criminal law and international human rights were both listed and advertised as classes that I would be able to take, and then were never offered while I was here. And then I found out that they're finally offering it next semester when I'm gone, but in confliction with a lot of other classes. So, like, because I have a friend who's also interested in international law and wants to take them, and it like deeply conflicts with other classes that they have to take. So I don't know, all annoying. I feel like that happens a lot though. Of like, look at all these things, all these classes we have. And then it's like, oh, we're never offering
Just kidding.
them. Screw you.
We've only done them once and it was 50 years ago.
Remember that in undergrad when I was pursuing a creative writing minor, one of it like lists all the possible classes you can take, and one of them was like because you had to take a couple of English classes, and one of the English classes was like sci-fi and fantasy writing. I was
cool,
like,
yeah.
absolutely love that. I don't like English classes
Because they're all
because
poetry.
it's all poetry or like stuffy old English authors.
Sure.
Give me something contemporary, or give me something interesting if it's not contemporary.
Yeah.
That's like perfect. Never offered, and I had to do some like early English poetry, and I was like, this is the worst.
Oh man, how about you, Ryan?
I don't know. I was thinking like there aren't really any classes I didn't get to take. Like there are a lot of classes that like for my electives I always took weird ones, but like I really enjoyed them. Like for history, I took non-Western Civ, and it was very good.
Yeah.
For like world culture, I took early Christian monasticism in ancient Egypt from the years 200 to 500 AD.
That sounds very specific, but very cool.
It was pretty neat. I was like, wow, this is certainly something.
You know what you're getting with a class like that.
Yeah. This year though, they added honors floor specific classes.
Oh.
Which it's like 4 different classes that are only like allowed to the kids that live on the honors floor, that are basically only freshmen and sophomores.
Okay.
And it's just such a bad idea because many of those kids are already like on their own program, so they don't have a room to like take these classes.
Yeah.
And split across 4 classes, there's barely anyone in these classes, and like they can sit like 30, and there's probably like only like 10 or 12 in each of them.
Zoinks.
And so there's tons of people that's like, that's a really interesting class. Like I want to be part of it.
Right.
I don't remember any of the names of them, but like I was like, wow, these are all like really interesting ideas.
Yeah.
I know part of the honors program had all these seminar classes that were all very interesting, but restricted to honors. But they restricted to honors as a whole, so you didn't have to live on the honors floor.
Yes.
You just had to be in the honors program, which was
seminars,
much broader.
Yeah, those seminars still exist, but now they've honors floor specific classes.
Weird.
And like sometimes they'll have a class on the floor and like use the lounge.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's also annoying.
I would hate that.
As with the former RA of the honors floor, that is terrible.
Yeah.
Where are the boys supposed to game?
Right, the honors floor residents lived in the lounge and never left
D&D.
it.
Yeah.
D&D. Always had a game console hooked up to the TV.
What about the Smash?
Binging anime, constant.
Oh man.
I don't think they ever left.
Yeah.
I always kind of liked it though, because it was kind of like I'm trying not to compare them to like neighborhood cats, but like, you know, when like you see a familiar cat and you just like, it like knows you and it like knows the people in the neighborhood, but you can't talk to, it's a cat. That was kind of like walking past the lounge on the honors floor. It's like you kind of like wave to the guys and they'd all like wave, but like they can't speak.
I think that's pretty accurate. They probably smell the same.
I mean,
probably.
Sweet boys though. All right, favorite memory from your time at grad school?
Well, that's only this year.
Yep.
So I don't know. Let me look through my photos.
Fair.
Does it have to be like school related or
no? So no. I would say just like what's a time that you're like, yeah, that was really, really cool that I had during like grad school year.
I was invited to a murder mystery birthday party, which is pretty fun. It was all Disney character themed.
Oh. Did you have to like dress up as one?
Yes, I did dress up. I was Captain Hook.
I love it. Perfect casting with your hook hand and all.
Any part of the story, particularly because we were split into groups, and my group did not have the most connection to the story because there are issues about like people who said they were going to come in and then canceled for fairly close to the actual date. Yeah. So they had to like rework the story last minute. So we not the most connected. So I don't remember what the actual.
Wait, so who done it though?
Was. I don't remember because I don't even remember who was killed.
Oh. Fair enough.
I feel like it might have been Ariel who was killed. There was a whole mess of like cheating, and they crafted a very elaborate story.
I love that.
But additionally, my other memory is I am in Drake Law Review, which is our academic journal,
Yeah.
and it is a blast. One of the people, so I'm on the editorial board, so we run, and then we have the junior staff who are underneath us, and there's like 25 of them and like 10 to 15 of ed board members.
Okay.
When we were doing ed board interviews, there is a race, not really, but for like editor-in-chief, which is the head of the law review.
Sure.
And very not like any actual campaign or anything, but you know, they kind of make a bigger deal out of it, jokingly.
Right.
As part of this, one girl was going to make a smear campaign of everyone who was running, of like fake bad things that they had done in their past, which then extended to having a smear campaign against every single member of Law Review, everyone, all the junior staff and Edward at the time, which was very fun.
What was your or was it only for the junior staff, or did they?
It was for everybody, so Edward as well. Mine
So
was
what'd you do? Yeah.
I had a secret OnlyFans account with another guy that I'm friends with.
I believe it. Yeah.
My favorite one was one that I came up with, which is part of why, but I also think was the funniest, which was that our current editor-in-chief, it's a picture of him badly photoshopped holding a gun with the queen in the distance, and it's like, how did she really die?
Amazing. Oh my god.
So that's very fun. I took pictures so I'd be able to remember them all.
Love that. Good. Oh, man.
I was trying to think. I couldn't come up with anything, but I did find a photo. We have a guy on campus that dresses up as the Mandalorian and walks around.
Incredible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew about the Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, like there was like 5 Spider-Men, but like, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And so I think it was like, when was this? Start of March.
Okay.
Dude was walking around, and then they also had like a food truck that's like sold donuts out. And so I went and got donuts. And after I got my donuts, I saw the Mandalorian. I was like, "Can I take a photo?" Like, sure. Well, he didn't speak. He just like nods.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
Which like I know the guy who plays him, and like he has a good job. He's pretty cool.
Love that.
But it was also funny. I remember also another time, like I was coming out of my room, and like I'm by the elevator. Yeah. And I see the elevator door open. I hear like the do 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 do, and he just walks out.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh.
That's so good.
Oh my god. I love that people do that at our school. Like, that are just like, hey, it's
like
time
these
to.
bits.
Yeah. Like, people really take the bits very far, and it makes me very happy. There's quite a bit of like roommate on roommate pranking, but like the type where you just kind of fill your room with balloons. It's like not actually like hurting anybody, except for maybe the environment, I guess. But it's great. So for the media episode, thank you for doing your exit interviews. You're graduated. But for the media episode, you're taking another test.
One final test.
One final
before
test.
we're free.
I'm
Yeah.
bad at it.
What?
I feel like I'm bad at this test.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bad at this test too.
That's okay. It's on what you guys said. Except for one question, which is what I said. But I feel like it should be a known fact.
Right.
But
I just have to remember what I would have said 3 years ago.
Exactly. Like just mentally regress 3 years.
This is a test of things that we have said and done on the podcast in previous episodes. This is
in the first 10 episodes.
Podcast history test.
Yeah.
So play along.
Yeah, if you know us better than we know ourselves.
Yeah,
that's
we
cool.
Probably do. As soon as we record an episode, it leaves my memory forever.
Just completely goes through. Sometimes that happens to me, like when I'm editing these episodes, I'll be like, what? I forgot that.
The like couple times I've listened, it's the same. I'm like, oh. I'll like laugh too. I'll be like, oh, that was funny. That's just me.
Oh my god.
I'll watch the YouTube shorts.
Hell yeah. I'll take it. Alrighty. In our very first released episode, what new fear did Adam unlock for Ryan? So this is something that Adam said that then Ryan was like, oh no, I'm scared.
Very first episode?
Very first released episode.
What was our first episode?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
the
either.
first one we filmed.
I remember like a couple at the beginning. We had like one where we talked about Star Wars a lot. We had one about like food takes, but that might have been a test episode, and I don't remember if that was the first episode or not.
Okay, so I'm not. That's part of a question later on. Too.
Yeah.
This one was like dating pet peeves.
Oh, dating.
Like it was dating specific, which is a hint.
Glad we start. Oh, because it was the Valentine's Day. We started off on Valentine's Day. Great that we started a podcast on something I'm such an expert in.
I don't know. I'm stumped.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay. Adam had a friend in high school who had a peanut allergy and had an allergic reaction after making out with a girl who had just had peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does track. I didn't even think about that.
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember obviously that happened in high school, but I don't remember talking about that on the podcast. But
yeah.
To be honest, peanut allergy, not that bad. The main thing is it's always just annoying because like anytime someone makes like treats or stuff, you always be like, is there peanuts in that?
be diligent. Yeah.
That's the only ever thing like it ever affects.
And you miss out on Reese's.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
But you know.
I've never known what they're like, so
yeah.
I don't know if I'm missing out.
That's
like
true.
Me missing out on meat.
Might hate
I don't know.
Yeah. I could try it. Maybe it'd be really good. It'd be my last one.
Just on your deathbed at like
Give me a
98.
It was worth
it. It probably wouldn't even be that good.
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay, so this is related. I'll just get this out of the way. The first day that we recorded, we did record 2 episodes, or rather more like 1.5. When did I release the half episode that we did in Ryan's room before going down to the office to record the other one?
The half episode was the pet peeves, right?
The half episode was like pet peeves, yeah.
Okay. I don't know when you released that, though.
Yeah.
Was it?
It is 1 through
COVID?
10. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So like we went COVID and we couldn't record for a bit, so you released that one.
That's why I was sim as well.
Yeah.
Like first week of COVID.
Before we figured out
how to record.
First we tried Discord and that didn't work too well. Now our Google Meets journey.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys have a guess of episode 1 through 10?
Well, maybe it's like out there. I'm gonna guess 15.
Oh,
I think we're way.
No, never mind. Okay, never mind.
I'm gonna guess
7.
Oh, I was gonna guess 7. I'll say 6 then.
It was 8.
Oh,
okay.
But alrighty.
I was trying to think of how many weeks in between Valentine's Day and when we left for quarantine.
I was trying to think of where we recorded the ones in person because we did one in your room, Margot.
Yeah,
we did 2 in mine and then 1 and 2 in the office.
I think
technically like 3 in yours because we did that half episode and then we did 2 in your room and some in the office. And it was great.
Yeah,
great old time. Yeah. Speaking of which, what did speaking of the recording the episode in my room, because that's where this episode was filmed, what did Ryan want to rename the LGBTQIA plus community?
L plus. I stand by it.
That's actually
too many long acronyms.
Too many letters.
If it's longer than 4, it gets a plus.
LGBTQIA plus is way too long to say, so I'll always short it to LGBTQIA. Which was something I saw on TikTok once, and it's very good. Or the Alphabet Mafia is another one of my favorites. Unfortunately, I can say neither of those things from people who are not in the know and online. So, like my parents, I can't just be like, yeah,
you know the LGBTQIA.
So
I think lesbians
LGBTQ.
Lesbians plus. There are favorites here. You know, it works. Okay, what mundane superpower did Adam say he wanted in episode 9?
Interesting.
Mundane,
Mundane?
completely mundane.
God. You'd think I would just know this since I said it, and I don't. I know what superpower I'd want. We talked about that recently,
Yes,
but
Yeah.
I don't know what mundane superpower
completely
is.
mundane.
feel
I'll
like
tell you,
It's mundane,
like,
but it's like really helpful.
I think he would think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But most people would not think it is.
I mean, most people might like it, but you're like very particular about this. I'll say mine was like doing laundry. And Ryan, I think you wanted to be able to like get rid of dust from Legos.
Yes.
That sounds.
Yes.
Both of those sound good to me. The dust and Legos thing is particularly irritating. Of which, not to repeat a conversation I'm sure we already had, but I actually used to get those little like concentrated air sprayer bottles to get rid of the dust on Legos before I gave up.
I got some of those right now.
Hey, it is so annoying.
Fair.
Yeah. Which I know it's not that point right now, and I'm gonna take it sideways.
Yeah.
What rained on my parade is I ordered these stupid compressed air cans from Amazon, and I ordered them at the start of March. They didn't get here until like 3 days ago.
Oh wow.
I don't know why. And
That's forever, yeah.
it was like, oh, it should arrive in 2 weeks. And then like every like 2 weeks it'd be like, you can like claim a refund because it's probably not gonna come. And then they would like be like, oh, a label is created. And then like it would just keep going. So each week I check is like, can I at least get a refund? It's like, no, a label is created. It resets it by a week. Like, how many labels does this have?
Oh man. I'll say it was hair related.
Hair related? To just not need haircuts anymore? That's my current one because haircuts are annoyingly expensive.
Fair.
Their sports club was like $30, and then they asked it for a tip. Or maybe that's for the tip. Regardless, $30 for a haircut is a lot of dollars, especially when you get one like once a month.
Yeah.
Or every 2 months is pushing it. So.
It was being able to instantly like snap your fingers and have a clean shaven face. Because this was the beginning of quarantine where you were like, I'm just not shaving as often.
This semester I've gotten very lazy about shaving. I did shave this morning, but
Fair.
I've been pretty bad about it.
I too have also gotten lazy about shaving.
I don't let it.
I think it works.
I can't grow out anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like a couple days, and I'll be like, okay, this looks terrible.
I don't know. I keep going back and forth on it. I think one of these days I'm just gonna shave it because like I am blonde, so I have a blonde beard, but it doesn't grow out blonde because some of this is like black, some of it's brown, some of it's like a darker blonde, and then like right here where it needs to fill in, it's all like a very light blonde, so it doesn't look like there's any hair, but there is. It just needs to change color. I have very much contemplated.
Just for men.
What?
Just for men.
What is that?
Just for Men is a hair dye which is man exclusive, but women can use it too. But basically, it's face safe dye, so like you can dye your beard or your eyebrows if you wanted to just like darken up some of the hairs or make them a more even color.
How long does it last? I have contemplated that. I was like, maybe I should try that and like see how it looks.
Yeah,
and then if I don't like, I just shave it off.
I think so long as you like do it right, it lasts like maybe a month or so. And like it's pretty cheap, like it's like a drugstore brand. But yeah, people use it all the time. But don't like go crazy with it. You do want to be specific to the area because it will also dye your skin if you like just put it on your nose or something. So don't do that. This has been sponsored by Just for Men.
You can buy it at Target.
Yeah. Okay. During episode 9, Ryan talked about a creature that Disney exterminates. What creature was it? It was a fun fact.
Mosquitoes?
Yeah. You talked about how they like tracked the like DNA of the mosquitoes and stuff.
Yeah, they do. And
Yeah.
then, like, anytime there's like a nest or like a grouping of them, they'll like
Mhm.
move it. They'll put all sorts of stuff. So that's why when you're at the parks, you don't really have to deal with that as much.
That's really nice. Yeah. I think we should just do that all over the world.
And they have like some natural predators to it as well that they've introduced that like don't bother humans.
Oh, like what? What are natural mosquito
forget.
predators? Okay,
Bats.
I feel like it's
that makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like it's like some kind of bird.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
I believe it. Yeah. Alrighty. During our first test episode, which was in Ryan's room, and it was like only 30 minutes. How many times did I intro the podcast? Because I kept saying it was bad.
I feel like
Ooh,
4
a lot.
times.
Okay.
Wait, how many?
I said 4, but I don't know.
4. 4 is a good guess. No, 4 is a very good guess. I'm 5. I'll say. I feel like it was a lot.
3.
Okay, only 3. Not too bad.
Yeah. Or at least that's in the episode. Maybe I cut
Did you
one or
keep
two
those in?
out.
Oh,
I sure did. Yeah.
Oh, they're all in there.
Some of them are. I genuinely might have cut some. But at some point, Adam, I think you started teasing me of just like, no, this is the intro. And so I was like, yeah, we're leaving it in.
I think I probably still have the recording for it. So.
Probably. Okay. What did you guys say were your Catan strategies for Catan?
It's Catan.
Mm.
You say Catan. You're incorrect. It's Catan.
Catan is a cast member on SNL.
Catan?
Yeah, Chris Catan.
Oh,
He used to be a cast
he has a
member on
whole
SNL.
game.
It's spelled differently, and I think has 2
Doesn't-
T's.
Doesn't
And-
Catan just sound bad though? Like Catan.
It's also weird too. So Chris Catan now lives in Springfield, Illinois, and is like dating one of our news anchors. And like anytime he does anything or goes out anywhere,
controversy.
the whole town is like, "Oh my God, Chris Catan!" And it's like, I don't know, let this dude live his life.
That's
Like,
really funny. Actually.
there are always like news articles. It's like Catan goes here, and it's like, okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What did you guys say were your preferred strategies for the game?
I assume I still have the same strategy. So my strategies usually go for wood and brick early, and just try to get as much board position as you can.
Okay.
And try to start near a port.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's much more specific than you said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? My strategy is just to be good, and it worked because I win almost every single time. Literally, I've only lost twice while playing with my family in the past 3 years, and we have played a considerable amount of time.
That is wild to me.
I think mine has probably changed. I probably go for like development cards.
Okay. Alrighty.
I think it's probably changed though.
Fair enough. Adam had like a standard answer of like preferred strategy is longest road. Like if you can't go for it, you can't go for it, is what you said. But like,
interesting.
that was like
I actually
one of
don't
your
go for it
favorites.
anymore
Fascinating.
because it's honestly a better strategy to try to get others to go for it because it's such a resource drain.
Yeah.
So if you can be like, hey, you guys, look how close you are to the longest road. Look, you could beat that. You just build a couple more roads, and then you get 2 other people to just fight over it. They waste all their resources on roads. As long as you can concentrate, if you have enough board position, to not sacrifice space in that, then it's way more helpful to have other people just fight over it.
Fascinating. Yeah.
So
no,
yeah,
you said
I
that
guess
was like your
I'll
initial.
only go for it if I can get it without a fight. But if it's going to be a fight, I'm playing it to have other people fight over it.
Right.
It's better just to build cities, honestly.
Yeah.
Fair. Ryan, you gave my favorite answer of I wait 5 minutes into the game and then I make a strategy.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, my strategy definitely evolves as the game goes. You can't really have a strategy as you start because
Fair.
you don't have anything. You can have like a goal. Like my goal is to get to this port as quick as possible. But
Fair.
It's not really a strategy.
I assume this one's going to be easy for your own answers, so I would implore you guys to try to give each other's answers first.
Okay.
But what was each of your like initial quarantine game?
I think I was playing The Witcher at the time.
That is not what you said.
Were you playing Mass Effect? No, that was more recent. Cyberpunk? Did that come out around that time?
No, that was later.
Yeah. 'Cause it kept
I know what I was
getting
playing. Unless I'm wrong.
Did I say Dota? Did I say Siege?
No.
Okay. Because I think I was also playing those in the background. Because
Totally
I used
fair.
to play Rainbow Six Siege a lot during class, specifically during differential equations. Because that class was so awful during Zoom, because the dude would sit on his porch. He had like a little
Oh.
tiny like 12 by 12 inch whiteboard they would put on his shoulder and write the equations out. And it was just
really
such a blurry webcam, and cars would go past, so like all you would hear is like cars. I was like, I'm not learning anything anyway.
Fair. Ugh.
It wasn't The Witcher?
It wasn't The
That
Witcher.
really seems like
I'll give you a hint for Ryan's. It was in VR.
Oh, Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great game. Because that came out like right at the start of COVID.
There you go.
Perfect timing.
All right, Adam. What was yours?
Yeah, Ryan, what do you think I was playing?
Like you're playing a PlayStation game.
I was. Well, I still hedged this. I know what I was playing. I think maybe I had played something else.
I think you were playing this for a while, so I think you're
Yeah.
probably on the right track.
And I never finished it.
Well, who does?
It's fair. It's too long.
Wait, what were you playing?
I was playing Skyrim.
Oh, I see. I don't think anyone ever finishes Skyrim.
Exactly. Yeah.
It finished the first time. Like I played it, finished the whole way through all the DLC and everything. But then when I replayed it, I did not finish everything. I think I did the Dragonborn DLC, and that was it. And then I stopped after that.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do I guess it's two questions because of the one that intro, but the other one about me. What did I think was the only good part of Rise of Skywalker?
The ending. I don't know.
When the credits roll.
I don't know if this was you or me, but was it the fight scenes?
No.
The scenery?
Person. No.
It was a person.
I know Margot's a big Raylo fan.
Yeah. Big Raylo shipper over there.
I hate it so much.
It was a person?
Yeah.
Like a new character?
I mean, of the sequels.
Oh. I don't know. Poe? Do you like Poe in that movie?
No. No one does anything. I thought Adam Driver's performance was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
I hated.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I hated the Raylo parts. I wish he would have stayed dead, and not kissed her or whatever. But I thought his performance was very, very good. And I was like, yeah, he did it. Yeah. And in that episode, we talk about how Adam vehemently disagreed.
Yeah, I hate Kylo Ren as a character, and it makes me dislike Adam Driver, even though I've seen him in other things, and he is a very good actor.
He's really good. Yeah.
But oh man, do I dislike Kylo Ren.
Oh man. Okay, what did Ryan call a perfect movie in episode 6?
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I still
you have a poster on your wall.
Yeah. Okay, and then last question, because I think it's still one of the wackiest takes. What did Adam say was his feel-good movie?
The Shining. No, I don't know.
No. A wacky take for a feel-good movie. I guarantee whatever I said, I had thought negative amount about, and just whatever popped to mind first in the moment, and it was accurate for 30 seconds and probably isn't anymore.
I'm excited to hear you defend it again.
Probably. A feel-good movie.
I
Is it
want to
Princess Bride?
specify. No, I don't think this is a feel-good movie for most people so much as it made you feel good.
What? What? Okay, it must have been a movie I saw at the time because I don't know what this could be. So it had to have been fresh in my mind. This was 2020.
2020 is not when the movie came out, but
Oh, is it an older
What year
movie?
did the movie come out? You know?
I can Google it.
Okay, so probably not recent.
Not recent.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't even know what I would say for a feel-good movie right now. Maybe
It came
Princess
out in
Bride.
1990.
90s?
1990, yeah.
What?
Jurassic Park.
No, but
Oh.
that is my feel-good movie.
I don't know. I don't know what I would say.
Back to the Future 3.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
just to remind everyone.
No, I don't know if I would still call it like a feel-good movie as like a go-to, but I stand by. I think that's the best Back to the Future movie.
Really?
Because Back to the Future 1 is very good, but it's got like that incest
So much
stuff going on,
incest.
which detracts a little bit, and just has other weird things that you're like, and then I don't like Back to the Future 2, really, but Back to the Future 3, no problems at all. You're in the Wild West, which is instantly better.
This
It's
is
got some
like
cool
so
scenes.
scarily accurate to the exact way you defended it last time.
That's so funny. I don't know if I like it at all, but like it's usually the one people like the least because it also has like the most plot holes on it.
It's
I'm sure.
definitely the wackiest. Alrighty, well, that's been our game, folks.
I can't believe I said Back to the Future 3 is a feel-good movie.
No.
I still stand by it being a good movie. I don't know if I'd say feel good.
What would you guys say are your feel-good movies now? Because, like, I had said 10 Things I Hate About You in that episode, but arguably I would say it's leaned into Jurassic Park. Really like Jurassic Park.
I don't know.
Maybe Into the Spider-Verse, since I just mentioned it as Ryan's,
Very
but
fair.
it is just a genuinely extremely good movie. Or the Lego Batman movie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good. Oh my god.
Very good. Or Princess Bride, since now I've said it twice. Also a great classic that I like to watch.
Fair.
Star Wars. Any Star Wars.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I don't care if the Jedi Order is falling. Makes me feel good.
Oh man. I love it. Yeah. Side note real quick, because anytime I think of Lego Batman, I think of the scene where the Joker brings in Daleks and Batman's like, huh, who? And then Joker's like, ask your nerd friends. And then all of my friends turned to me to explain what Daleks were. But I just recently watched the episode of Doctor Who where David Tennant comes back. Oh, wow.
Is it an oh wow like excitement or oh
It's
wow?
an oh wow like excitement.
Okay.
I think Doctor Who does fan service in the exact right way. Like, it's not the kitschy like sorry sequel trilogy of Star Wars, but like
they were really bad about it.
so bad about their fan service. Or like even like Marvel sometimes like will really be like oh wink. Like, isn't that cute that we're doing this fan service kind of thing? But Doctor Who really does it in a way where it fully owns like how cheesy it is. And like they don't take themselves seriously, which I really, really adore. But yeah, I highly recommend you watch the special. If you like Doctor Who, even if you haven't seen it in a while, it's not like it's so incredibly complex that you can't pick up on things. I had not seen Doctor Who since Matt Smith, and I was still fully able to like understand the plot because it's Doctor Who, and it's great, and I loved it. And David Tennant's back, so yeah. I also saw pictures recently for the new Doctor, who's the guy from Sex Education that I don't know his name. But,
oh yeah.
He looks great for it. He had a whole like 70s outfit. Yeah, I cannot wait. I think he's probably one of my favorite characters in Sex Education.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see him in more stuff. But alrighty, other than Amazon stringing you along, what raid on y'all's parades?
So it's only been a few days since we last
It has,
recorded.
yeah.
And the only thing I have done is play Mass Effect.
What part of it have you hated the most?
So I really enjoy Mass Effect.
Okay.
However,
the
first game
one, or?
I'm playing, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Legendary Edition, so I'm probably gonna. Well, we'll see how far I get, but I'm gonna play through just in order. The first game, while having a very good story, very good characters, very good like dialogue, I don't think it's a very good game.
Yes.
It's the inventory management is horrendously bad.
Yeah.
Combat's not great. The environment looks very, very. I mean, I get it's old. It's like 2000 and I looked it up the other day. 2007, I think, is the game.
Yeah.
But they have like a few defined locations, and then everything else looks as generic as possible, and they constantly reuse assets. So like if you go down into a world and you drive around in your little car and then you fight some enemies and you walk into a building. That building is going to be the same building on every other planet that you do the same mission is.
Yeah.
Virtually identical. And I don't know, so much of the game is like that. We're like, you did not put a ton of effort into this.
The side quests in that game, I played it like exactly a year ago, and like the side quests in that game, the first game, are just not worth it. Like it sort of helps for the third game, but they're just so copy and paste that it's a little bit painful.
Yeah.
The main quest line is very good.
Yeah.
And all the characters are very good. Like it has so there's a reason it was a good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the side quests are very, very like go to this location, do this, and fight these guys. And that's that.
Yeah.
I could see myself replaying Mass Effect one day, but I think I would just skip the first one. Like after playing like the second and third one, it's like the first one just doesn't feel as good.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
They really put a lot on that car. They're like, this is going to be the defining game.
I don't mind the car. I know a lot of people complained about it. I really don't mind it that much.
They fixed the controls a lot, but
okay, maybe that changes things because I know they have changed a bunch for the Legendary Edition.
I was thinking
hated it when I played it the first time either.
Yeah, some of the side quests are you just like are driving around in the car and it's trying to climb up a mountain and it takes really.
They should put a lot of mountains in your way.
Yes.
I always think
it's funny because all the planets are like, I messed around in Unity, so I know that you just made a flat surface, took your little tool and went and made a bunch of mountains and then threw it on there. And that's the extent of what happened.
Oh man. I always think it's really interesting like playing games in a series to see how much like game development has changed between the two release dates and everything like that. Like, I think Borderlands was a good example of like even just 2 to 3. Like the gameplay of it is wildly different. And I don't know, it's like much smoother in 3 and everything. I just think that's really cool.
I even think 1 to 2. I think 2 is my favorite Borderlands still.
Same. Oh, I love 2. Yeah. I think it's a great one to play like with friends and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will do a happy one of it was really fun editing last week's episode of the D&D thing, adding in loot behind Ryan.
I was wondering if you were going to do that.
Oh, I did. And like shitty drums for that one part. It is great. It was really fun to mess around more with that kind of stuff. So the whole time, I think we gotta do more D&D, and by that I mean I don't know, maybe in a year or so. But yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I know I did one already, but I think as an update to last week's A Sunny thing, I'm done with my presentation.
Woo! How'd it go?
It went well. It was like over an hour with like discussion.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like advisor emailed me, is like, you did a great job, nice work, and I was like, thanks.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Well done.
love to hear it. Oh
I got to
man.
111 slides.
Oh. In like what, 5 days?
3.
Like, oh my god. Oh, that's very impressive. Yeah.
One of the people that was there was like, there was a lot of typos. I was like, I know, I made this in 3 days. Give me a break.
Yeah. Are they typos or just my
They're to
little way
keep you
of spelling?
engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice them all?
That means I had your interest.
Yeah.
Oh man. I do
Also,
think
that's not a
it's
bad thing. I would absolutely pay more attention if I see glaring mistakes and typos on the
actually that's a
slide.
really good point. It was a tactic. Yeah. I actually think this is just a little mini rant about language. But I think spelling is dumb. Maybe it's because I'm bad at it. But like I think that so long as you understand what the word is, like it should be fine. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as long as you can read it and like be like, yeah, that's supposed to be that word. Can't think of an example right now, but I'm sure they're out there. That's my rant. Well, quiz your friends on things they said 3 years ago.
Watch
Hold
Back
them
to
to
the Future 3.
Watch Back to the Future 3. It is such a feel-good movie, according to Adam. And congrats, guys.
Thank you.
You did school. You're done with it.
We did it.
Yeah. Wow. But very cool times. And happy Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.